What's up, gamers? In this video, we're going to find the rate of change between two coordinate points. Before you start your work, make sure you add your name to the title of the slides and share your slides with me as an editor. When you're done, make sure you turn in the link to the Canvas assignment. Here is the video that you will watch. Here is instructions on doing a split screen for Chromebook so you can watch the video while you add to the slides. So let's begin. Our goal is to calculate the slope between two coordinate points. And remember, slope and rate of change are the same thing. And to do this, we're going to use the slope formula, which we learned about in our previous set of notes. And that slope formula is our change in outputs, which is the y values, divided by the change in inputs, which is the x values. And if we have two coordinate points, we would write the slope formula as y2 minus y1 divided by x2 minus x1. And this is equal to slope. And remember, we use the letter m to represent slope. So let's try a couple examples. Example 1 says, what is the slope of the line that passes through the points -5, 4, and -11, 8? The first thing we need to do is name our points. So what that means is I'm going to set -5 comma 4 equal to y x2 comma y2, and I'm going to set -11 comma 8 equal to x1 and y1. So now I know which point is which. Step 2 is to plug the values into the slope formula, and here again is the slope formula. So I need to do y2 minus y1. Well, y2 is 4 minus y1 is 8. And I'm dividing by x2 minus x1. Well, x2 is -5 minus x1 is -11. And be careful here. Make sure you are writing minus -11 instead of -11. And step 3 is to simplify the equation. So we're going to do subtraction and then we will divide. 4 minus 8 gives me -4. -5 minus -11. Well, anytime you subtract a negative number, you're actually adding a positive to it. So it would actually be -5 plus 11. And -5 plus 11 would actually give us a positive 6. So again, subtracting a negative is the same thing as adding. And the last thing we need to do is simplify this. -4 divided by -6, I can rewrite that as -2. There we go. -2 divided by 3. And that is as simple as I can make my fraction. So this is my final answer for slope. My slope is -2/3. Example 2 says, what is the slope of the line that passes through the points -8, -1, and -12, -2? So the first thing I'm going to do is name my points. I'm going to set -8, -1 equal to y2, x2, and y2. Just leave it there. And I'm going to set -12, -2 equal to x1, y1. So those are my 2 points. Step 2 says to plug the values into the slope formula. Here is the slope formula. On the top of this fraction, I need to do y2 minus y1. So y2 was negative 1. And then I'm going to subtract y1, which was negative 2. So I'm taking my values from here and I'm plugging them into the formula. And I'm going to divide that by x2 minus x1. Well, x2 is negative 8. And then I would subtract x1, which is negative 12. Here's another good example to talk about subtracting a negative. Subtracting a negative is the same thing as adding. So when I do negative 1 minus negative 2, I'm actually doing negative 1 plus 2. Well, negative 1 plus 2 is just 1. And then I'm going to do negative 8 minus negative 12, but negative 8 minus negative 12 is the same thing as negative 8 plus 12. And negative 8 plus 12 would give me a positive 4. And my final step is to simplify the equation. There's not much I can do to simplify this fraction anymore, so I can leave it as 1 over 4. We also know that this is equal to the decimal 0.25, and that is the slope of this line. Example 3. What is the slope of the line that passes through the points 10, 5 and 9, 5? Step 1 is to name my points. I'm going to let 10, 5 be equal to x2, y2. And then I'm going to let 9, 5 be equal to x1, y1. Step 2 is to plug the values for my points into the slope formula. So I'm going to do y2 minus y1, and y2 is 5, minus y1, which is also 5. Then I'm going to divide that by x2 minus x1. Well, x2 was 10, minus x1, which was 9. Now I'm going to simplify. 5 minus 5 would become 0. 10 minus 9 would become 1. And I know that 0 divided by 1 is still 0. So my slope of this line is 0. This line is flat. Now I want you to try example 4 on your own. Find the slope of the line between these 2 points. Make sure you are naming your points, plugging them in, and simplifying. Then you're going to try example 5 on your own. And once you've completed example 4 and 5, answer these 2 reflection questions. Turn these slides in to Canvas and begin the Delta Math practice activity for slope between 2 points. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe. Bye.